All right, let's get into it. Today, we're talking about a huge shift happening in aesthetic medicine. It's this move away from the old, sterile, clinical model. It's all about how the most successful practices are literally turning their clinics into stages and their treatments into unforgettable performances. This quote right here, it just nails it. In a market that's so crowded, being good at what you do, that's just the price of entry now. It's not what makes you stand out. The real game changer is creating an entire patient journey that feels personal, transformative, and honestly, kind of magical. So here's how we're going to break this down. Kind of like a play in 6 acts. We'll set the stage, then walk through every part of the journey, from turning a social media follower into a huge fan, all the way to the science that proves why this whole experiential thing is so darn powerful. So what do we even mean by this new stage? Well, it's about stealing the best ideas from places you wouldn't expect, like theater, luxury fashion, maybe even those cool immersive art installations, to create a patient experience that is completely unique. And this slide just lays it all out, right? On one side, you've got the old way, sterile, medical, transactional. But the new model, it feels like a luxury spa, a cool art gallery, or some exclusive members-only club. You're not just treating a condition anymore, you're curating a whole vibe. So, Act 1. This is where it all starts, way before anyone even thinks about booking an appointment. This is all about grabbing attention and actually building a real connection with people online. Here's the big idea. Stop thinking of your social media as just another ad. Instead, think of it as your digital stage. It's your chance to create this amazing behind-the-scenes documentary about your practice, focusing on the real human stories and all the emotions behind the work you do. And you want to see this in action? This doctor didn't just spam before and after shots. No, he told stories. He created these little mini documentaries about his patients, why they were there, how they felt, and it made his content feel so real. The result? He went from 500 followers to 50,000. Just incredible growth. And listen, you can literally start doing this today. Pull out your phone, film some quick behind-the-scenes stuff. Make the focus about how the patient feels, not just the clinical outcome. And when you write your captions, make them sound like a real story, not a sales pitch. Okay, so you've got their attention, now you have to get them interested. And this is a genius example. Instead of a boring seminar, this doctor hosts Botox and Bubbles nights. She turned education into a party. And guess what? It works. An 85% conversion rate from these events. That is just wow. All right, on to Act 2, the consultation. This is a make or break moment. It's the point where someone decides if they're going to trust you. The goal is to make it feel less like a stuffy medical exam and more like you're writing an exciting story together. The idea here is something called the beauty vision consultation. And really, think of yourself as a director. You're using tools like digital imaging and even mood lighting to walk the patient through their own story. So instead of just listing procedures, you're saying things like, and here's how we're going to bring out your natural glow. It's a totally different conversation. And if you're thinking, does this actually work? Well, the numbers speak for themselves. Practices that do this see a 40% higher treatment acceptance rate, and patient satisfaction, it jumps by an incredible 60%. The data is clear. Telling a good story works. And it's not just about what you say, it's about where you say it. Take the Skin Bar in London. They got rid of their waiting rooms and created these comfy reflection lounges instead. Just by changing the environment, they totally elevated the experience, and their average spend per patient shot up by 200%. That's triple. Okay, let's get to Act 3, the treatment itself. This is the headliner. This is the moment of truth, and it needs to be choreographed so carefully that the patient feels like they are the absolute star of the show. The whole goal is to turn a medical procedure into a memorable ritual. So first, the prep. Talk them through every step like you're a master chef explaining a recipe. Second, think about all the senses, the music, the scents, maybe a signature tea. And finally, the big reveal. Don't just hand them a mirror. Create a reveal ceremony with great lighting to make that first look a real moment. Just look at this number, 95%. That's the patient retention rate for a doctor in Seoul who gets this. He created a 20-minute pre-treatment ritual. We're talking luxury robes, aromatherapy, the works. And it makes the experience so special that almost everybody comes back. But hey, the show's not over when they walk out the door. Now it's time for the encore, and that's all about retention. The idea is to make every single patient feel like they've just joined a super exclusive club. That's how you turn a client into a true fan for life.
I mean, check out the business case for this. This doctor in Toronto built a membership program. It has things like beauty boxes and special classes, and she's got a 98% retention rate. But get this, 70% of all her new patients, they come from other members. It's like a self-fueling engine for growth.
And you don't need some super complicated, expensive program to get started. Just create a simple VIP email list. Send a monthly newsletter with patient stories and exclusive tips. Make it feel like they're getting an inside look that nobody else gets. It's an easy way to start building that community. Okay, let's bring it all home with the finale, because this isn't just fluff or clever marketing. There is actual science and hard business data that shows why this entire approach is, without a doubt, the future.
This stuff isn't just about good vibes. It's actual neuroscience. When a patient feels safe and heard and cared for, their body's stress levels drop. And that has a real physical impact on their healing and even how they perceive pain. The data shows it all. Better outcomes, better compliance with aftercare, way more referrals, and even higher pain tolerance. It's all connected.
And hey, if the science doesn't convince you, maybe this will. This is the bottom line. Practices that focus on the full experience are growing 40% faster than the ones that don't. In a market this competitive, that is a massive, massive advantage.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that the job has changed. To really win today, you can't just be a great doctor. You also have to be an experienced designer, a great storyteller, and a community builder.
At the end of the day, this whole framework is about one thing: setting yourself apart in a really meaningful way. It's about getting that patients aren't just buying a procedure, they're buying into a story about themselves. So, the stage is set. The only question left is, what story are you going to tell?